Car insurance is a scam, and here's why. A few weeks ago, my buddy got into an accident, and the insurance company, of course, lowballed him by thousands of dollars. We actually almost pretty much got all this resolved, and here's exactly how we did it. The insurance company that my buddy had lowballed him thousands of dollars. Yes, they were a massive national brand, a huge brand that you see commercials for all the time. When we sell cars, all of our banks generally will use JD Power, which is a really big book value that all the banks pretty much recognize. Once in a while, some banks will use Black Book or Kelley Blue Book. What happens is the insurance companies get to use their own value system, which inherently is way lower than the actual market values or what the other book values what the banks recognize. How did we figure out the scam? I actually called the insurance company. I said, why was your value so low? And they said, well, this is just our internal report. I said, send me your internal report of everything that you have. So they sent it to me, and we figured out that they were actually comparing it, and they legally can do this when they make you an offer. So you have to really watch out. They were legally comparing it to cars that had up to 40,000 more miles in their current car and weren't adjusting the mileage properly. And they were actually adjusting the trim level. So their car was an LX, and they were comparing it with base models, which this car had a better motor, turbocharged, leather, fully loaded, and they were comparing it with stuff that had like prank windows. They kept telling my buddy, hey, this is our best offer we're gonna do. And I said, that's total BS. I've done this before, and I know we can make a counter offer. What I actually did was I took about 5 different vehicles in the market that was within like 20, 30 miles, and I showed them the exact value in trim level. And I told them, hey, your trim level's wrong, your mileage is wrong. You have to compare it with these. And they actually did. They came up like $3,000 right off the bat. What's crazy is a lot of people don't know you can actually negotiate this with people. It's not just like, hey, whatever they offer, you have to take. So it's really important to know. That's why I made this video for you. Hopefully, if you guys are ever in a pickle and they lowball you, which a lot of insurance companies always do, you can make sure that you can always easily get them up. Almost always easily get them up off their initial offer. Usually it's by thousands of dollars.